All right.
You can bring them, as long as, you can bring them along as well, but we will need it right.
Well, you can just write it right there. Does it got to be typed or can it be handwritten?
It needs to be a copy of this 501c3.
Okay.
That's a letter of determination from the IRS, which we can verify
Okay.
on the internet.
All right.
Any other
I
discussion?
commend you for doing the work for this homeowner.
Yeah.
All right.
So, me too.
Thank you.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Sorry for running you through that, but we've been working on zoning and stuff and, you know, trying not to reopen doors that were wide open before.
Okay.
Item number 9, consider approval of request from Police Chief Christopher Spildenter canceling community night out due to COVID-19 pandemic.
Mayor and Council, the National Night Out Organization has sent out emails. They've given several options, one of which was that we would do a national night out via a Zoom meeting type situation. I didn't think that was a good idea. I talked to the Sansom Park Police Chief, and she's asked that they cancel theirs in their city. I talked to the Westbrook Village Police Chief. He says he has nothing planned for it. I talked to the people at the church that we normally, the Methodist church that we normally partner with. They said that they are still exploring how they're even going to have full services, if they're going to have certain, if they're not having full services. I just think at this juncture and at this time, the best thing for us to do is cancel the event or postpone it based on the COVID-19.
So,
Do we want to vote on this, or do we need to? I think it'd be the chief's call.
Chief's call.
Well, it's a community event. I just wanted to lay it out for you guys in order that you would understand why the decisions were being made.
So your recommendation is cancel, and we support you.
Thanks, sir.
Item number 10, consider approval of request from Police Chief Christopher Spildenter requesting to exempt permit fees and bond requirements for soliciting permits in order for citizens to solicit membership of community crime programs.
We've had several people call and ask about Crime Watch, Neighborhood Crime Watch programs. Myself and Chuck Stewart, Deputy Chief, are exploring the implementation of Neighborhood Crime Watch. People have an idea that the city sponsors those, but really what that is that's a citizens group in a neighborhood brings their neighbors together, and they're the Crime Watch. We'll come in and we'll guide, or we will give seminars or things like that, but it's really the community. And what we found was that one of the individuals wanted to go door to door and solicit membership to Community Crime Watch. And that falls under our solicitation ordinance. Going door to door in person to solicit membership in an organization. I would like to request to exempt. I still want them to come in and fill out the permit and obtain a permit so we know we can control. But if you're going in your neighborhood door to door to your neighbors, saying, hey, let's get together and watch out for crime, I don't think we should charge you a permit fee.
Talking about meeting, monthly meetings at a location, or is it? It's called Blue, and we met once a month, but then they have block captains, and all those have meetings that are on with people on their block.
Right. At this junction, we're still in the very beginning stages of it. He came and said, the individual we were talking to said that he would like to go door to door, and we looked at the solicitation ordinance to go door to door and solicit membership in an organization in person falls under the soliciting permit. And I'm not sure how we'll format it at this juncture. I mean, there's a bunch of models out there right now. Coupled with the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic, we're not going to do anything at this juncture, but in preparation for this sometime breaking and giving us some relief, I'd like to be able to waive the permit if you're asking your neighbors to join a crime watch.
I think what we should do on this, if anyone like that, I think they should approach you so you know what they have on their mind, and then if you recommend it, then the city manager goes along with waiving it at that time.
Okay.
That way you know what's going on, and we don't waive just
So we didn't think, we intentionally did not alleviate the requirement for a permit in order that we'd still be able to keep, an idea of what was happening within the city.
But
If
I
we just go door to door.
think if, once they meet with you, somebody meets with you, then you can, city manager, y'all can take care of that issue.
I think we need more eyes, but it needs to be eyes we trust.
Right.
How's the rain deal working? Is that, we hadn't talked about that in a while.
We have made cases using,
We can't hear you.
they can't hear me, no. We have made cases, using the Ring camera. There's a lot of privacy issues. There's some contention in the Ring world right now. We've made cases. I mean, they're a valuable tool for us.
Can you hear him now?
I would also let people know that aren't aware that you can get, citizens that don't have Ring can log on to that app and you can see what other neighbors that have Ring, what they're seeing and reporting and that type of thing is pretty good idea.
Marvin, do we need to take any kind of action on him, or is it?
The only reason I think that we would is because it's an ordinance.
Okay.
So while we're thinking about that, Chief, since you brought it up, or Darren just brought up the Ring app, I'm just curious. I have Ring, and occasionally there'll be a request from the police to have access to our videos. How does that work? You know?
You would have, it's all self-contained within your system. We would tell you, either we would like to look at the videos that you have between this time and this time, or we would ask you, can you look at your camera between this time and this time? You would download a file and then you would email that to us. We don't have any ability. This is one of the big myths that's out there. They think that if you join, then the police can look through your camera, and that's not true. It all revolves around contacting the homeowner and having the homeowner download a file and then transfer it to us in some fashion.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I was curious. There was a backdoor ability.
No, sir, we have no ability to go into people's cameras.
We still have to give a proof.
Correct. And by being a part of the Ring program, we then kind of know where the cameras are. That's the only thing. We don't have any access into anyone's private
I
camera.
remember when you asked for this, you still had to have approval.
I'm going to be adamant we wouldn't have access into people's cameras.
Good, well, make the motion that,
Yeah.
we go to the chief, okay, city manager.
I make a motion to accept requests from the police chief Bill Dinner, requesting to,
Bill Benner.
Bill Dinner, I'm sorry, request to exempt permit fees and bond requirements for solicitation permits in order to solicitate membership in the community crime program. And I hope you make this,
They need to meet with the chief and he will approve it.
Yeah, we'll handle that side of it. It'll be something we do professionally.
I get a second?
Second?
We have a motion second, any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Item number 11, consider approval of engineering services agreement with Allen Plummer Inc. to support the city with conducting a risk and resilience assessment and updating at the emergency response plan.
Mayor and council, I brought this before you because it is a contract agreement with Allen Plummer and Associates, and what this is for us to be in compliance with the America's Water Infrastructure Act of 2018. I provided a summary in the package of what that act actually did and the mandates that were brought down. And we're coming up on a timeline there of June 30th of 2021 to have the risk and resiliency plan submitted to the EPA. And then after we submit that, we have 6 months to submit the emergency response plan. In one of our meetings with Allen Plummer, I've asked them if they had experience with this, and they have with larger cities and can help us out with this. And so they